What's up, everybody? It's Eli here from TreeFall Studios. Here to bring you a brand new test show. We're going to be trying out a mixture of things here. It's going to be kind of like our developer commentaries, but when we show footage of us playing games, and we're going to be talking about it, like I'm playing Pitterpot here, and mention a few updates. But I'm also going to talk like if I was on a TreeFall podcast and just give you some news updates about what's happening with TreeFall, what we've been up to, what we've done this week, and I'm going to try to make this a weekly show. We're going to first test this out on our Patreon users, and those users who support us on patreon.com/TreeFall Studios are going to be able to get our show early. They'll be able to see these shows on Friday, I think, and then the regular users on YouTube will be able to see them on Monday. So we're going to be trying that out for just a little bit. This is our first episode, so bear with us. Also, if you can see, this is just the dev build, and we have a frame rate counter here. Pitterpot is running at 60 FPS, but the game capture software I'm using is recording at 30 FPS, so it's going to look less smooth and a little wonky at times. But I don't see an option to record in 60 FPS. I think that has to do with the program and the cost on the computer, because it's running both the game and the software. I'm not really sure, but when you play Pitterpot, it will be a little smoother than the video, I hope. So just a quick update on this game. As you can see, I've shown you guys a few things with little videos on social media, but I haven't really talked about it in a video yet. So I'm going to mention, like, there's the new petal. The flower petals up in the top is like your health meter. So like when you get hit, you break off chips of your pot, and like your petals, you lose a petal each time you get hit, and it changes colors. So that's new. As well as up in the top right corner, you can see the seed bomb image. That's actually going to be changed because you're going to be able to cycle through all of your like seed upgrades. So you won't just have like seed bombs and levels. You'll be able to cycle through like growth seeds and other things that will give you different abilities, but it's the only one we have like up there on the HUD right now. It's going to be changed a little bit. And then the other counter up there at the top shows you your regular seed count. If you can see here, there's like a one of our growth seeds. This is a beanstalk seed. You pick it up. I mean, spoilers, it's the first level, so it's kind of just sitting there right in the open, but this is used to solve one of the puzzles in this level. I also showed this update. Here's a telescope, which is really cool. It points to the main collectible, one of the main collectibles in the level, because there's two paths to every level. So you just come up here and press it, and it zooms in. You can see the acorn up there. Actually, you can't. It's harder to see in this image because I've already played this level on this save data, and I've gotten the acorn. So you can replay the levels, and then like the collectibles you've already gotten, they kind of like are like transparent, so you've picked them up before, kind of like Mario Sunshine or Mario Galaxy. When you already got stars in a level and you go back, you could see they're transparent. That's kind of the same thing going on over there. So those are a few of the updates we've got going on in Pitterpot. We have a lot more to show you. I kind of wanted to talk about our release schedule and what we've been working on. Check this out. Pretty cool little pot explosion there. And I also love this, by the way, just a side note. Very cool animation of the beanstalk growing. And then you get to climb up these leaves here. This is actually some difficult platforming. But like I was saying, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of our current updates. So basically, we have Annihilation. That game is completed, and it's actually in testing with Nintendo right now. That game should pass soon. We already found one bug in our first submission to Nintendo, and it was just some minor things and some other issues. So we fixed all that very quickly, and it looks like it's going to do well this time. So release date within the next month, most likely. If anything else goes wrong, then there could be a slight possibility that there's like some random paperwork issues or whatnot, and we have to resubmit. But it's looking good, so that will probably come out this coming month. We currently have the Gem Collector in Nintendo testing at Nintendo of Europe, and we are going to also be sending all of our games to Nintendo of Europe for release on Wii U, except for Outside the Realm. We're just going to hold that back unless there's some people who actually want to play that game. But we're going to send the Letter, the Perplexing Orb, the Gem Collector, Annihilation, Maze, and Journey of a Special Average Balloon all over to Europe. Because those games are already done. We just have to go through localization and some processes with Nintendo of Europe to get them tested and released and some stuff. I mean, it's going to take a little while to get them all out, but we're going to work on doing that for our European fans and for all the people that didn't get to play our games when they came out. So up here, I'm going to mention back to Pitter Pot. You can see here's the acorn. And you can see it's all transparent here because I've already collected that. That was the first level path. And as you can see, the level continues this way. I'm actually not going to go there. I'm just going to collect this one. There's a lot more to the level over here. But even though it's the first level and, usually game companies show a lot of, the beginnings of games early, I don't want to show off everything. I'll just grab this here and load back to the hub world here, and we'll just play a little bit of another level maybe. I don't want to show too much. This hub world, it's come together a lot better, but it's got a long way to go, honestly. It's going to change probably a lot, and the lighting here is probably going to change, and it also doesn't have any of the HUD features that the other levels have yet, so this will probably be done last. The levels will probably be all put together first, and then we'll fix up the hub world a little bit, although it doesn't look too bad. I'll probably go into a level up here to show you guys. Got to fix some stuff in the boss levels. I'm going to skip that. Honestly, I'm about to show you this cheat that I'm using in this developer mode that I found the other day. So if you can see, you can't jump up to World 2, which is that platform up there that has all the levels in World 2. You have to beat the first 2 levels in this world and beat the boss level. And there's also a bonus level over there. And then when you do that, platforms grow here so you can get up. But you can just jump on top of this bush and then jump up here. So obviously that's for our speedrunning friends, they probably want me to leave that kind of stuff in there because you could skip levels. But we're going to catch stuff like that and, make sure it's not possible. But we'll also probably put invisible walls up here so you couldn't even jump up here anyways. You have to beat the levels. That kind of thing. Just, some insider look at our development testing process, I guess. But so this is going to change a bit. So I'm going to go into the first level of the second world here, play a little bit of this for you guys while I talk about some of our future plans after Annihilation, what we got going on for the rest of this Christmas. So after Annihilation, we're going to be releasing Maze Pedestal of Trials, which is a spin-off to our first game, Maze. It's shaping up to be more than I was originally planning it out to be, but we're almost done with that game too. So honestly, it's probably going to come out about a month after Annihilation. So Annihilation is probably going to come out sometime in August, and Pedestal of Trials is going to come out sometime in September. And most likely all of our games will release in Europe sometime in September. We plan on releasing Pitter Pot in December. And I know we've mentioned that we were going to try to release this game plenty of times before, but we've worked really hard on it, and we've got a long way to go, but we've been working hefty hours during the days to get all these games finished up. And actually, we'll mention on this show, one of our what we like to do is we get creative with a lot of different things, but it's one of our biggest flaws is we announce too many games, and we start a bunch of games and then we kind of shelve them and then start something else. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people have complained about that. So what we're really focusing on as a team this year is to finish up the games that we have announced, the smaller games that we've announced for Wii U, and we're going to still release those on Wii U, even though we're not really making any money at all on Wii U anymore. The market's really small. We're not going to release Pitter Pot on Wii U because by the time we're done with it, it's just not even going to be worth it. We're still going to give our free copies to all the people who gave on the Indiegogo and all that, but they'll either get Steam copies, and hopefully we're going to be able to get the game on the Switch. Nintendo's taking a look at it, but I don't know, they're being real weird about the Switch kits. Honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with Pitter Pot. I just think our company history, they're kind of skeptical of it because our first couple of games weren't so good, and although we've improved on games, still they're not, up to quality of what Nintendo wants for their new platform. Although I believe personally that Pitter Pot will be. I think it's going to take a little bit of doing to get it on the Switch. We're also going to try to release it on the PS4. We really want to start going into PlayStation development because I think they work a little bit better with developers on building developer relations, I guess. But we'll see how it goes. We're trying to work with Nintendo, and we're trying to work with Sony soon. And we do have our Steam, I guess you would say, license. We had games greenlit before, and now there's a new program called Steam Direct, which we're already affiliate with. So we're going to be able to release any of our games on Steam. So you don't have to worry about them not being on a viable platform. For our fans out there, they will be playable at least. So that's a little bit what we're looking forward towards platforms. But also in the rest of the year, we are planning on. You can also see on this, man, I'm getting real distracted trying to tell you guys all sorts of stuff. But in this level, there's actually close corner walls, and there's like code that we're using to actually, avoid wall clipping. So like the camera zooms in on you really close when you're in these hallways, which is not something we originally had in here. It's an upgrade when we got into Unity 5, so it's pretty nice actually. But after Maze Pedestal of Trials, we're also going to release an unannounced game this year. We actually worked on this game that we didn't mention anything about, and we're going to announce it when it's completely ready to be released, and it's come a long way. It's a story-driven puzzle game, and I think you guys are just really going to love it. It's not being designed by me. It's one of our other TreeFall members. We're letting her take the lead on this. It's one of her personal projects, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy the game. Just a little heads up that there's more in the works. And we're going to knock out, I think we're also going to release The Last Tiki and Pitter Pot this year. The Last Tiki might not see release. We might cancel it, but we already, when we were working on that previously last year, whenever we started that, we finished the first like 13 levels or something. So it almost seems like a waste just to throw it away because there was some unique level designs in there. And although it's going to be a different 3D platforming experience than Pitter Pot is going to be adventure-based, level-based, puzzle-based. And Pitter Pot can get different abilities and stuff. I'm about to show you one of them now. The Last Tiki is going to be more obstacle-based, like jumps, moving platforms, those type of things. It's going to be like less. I mean, Pitter Pot isn't realistic, but in the world that Pitter Pot's in, things make sense. And Tiki's going to be less realistic, more of like just a traditional video game level system, I would say. But since we've done so much to it, there's some value to be had out there. I think we're going to try to get that out this year as well. I think the only title we might end up canceling is Elodia. But it just depends on our workload. We might be able to get that out this year too. And basically we want to finish up all the games on our development slate. Everything that we've announced for you guys, we're going to release those this year. focus hard and make a really good game in Pitter Pot, and that's going to be our huge Christmas game. And then after that, we are only going to be working on one game at a time. We're not going to announce all these games anymore, and our whole team is going to be working on it. There's going to be no splitting. That way we can ensure that we make a higher quality product and keep learning and keep moving on to bring you guys the games that you're really looking forward to play. And our 2018 game that we're going to be working on for the whole year is going to be The Adventures of Theo and Fripp, and we got a lot planned out for that, so it's going to be really cool. It hasn't really started development besides the planning and concept stages and stuff, so we're not going to be even talking about that until next year. But that's what kind of where we're going. So back to Pitter Pot. I hope you guys are excited for all that, and I think we're making pretty good decisions in terms of fixing up our development cycles and releasing the rest of our game slate in a polished form. We hope that you guys are liking the improvements in our games, and we do take your feedback into consideration and really try to make good products for you. So I just picked up the C-Bomb in this level. This is in World 2, you unlock the C-Bombs for main level use. There's some levels, there's like secret C-Bombs that you can use in the first world, but like you kind of get to World 2 before you can figure out how to go back and do that. So I'll just show you, because I've shown this in like a lot of videos. I gotta stop showing these simpler puzzles, because it's gonna be more fun when you guys play the game and figure this kind of stuff out in the other levels. So when I stream Pitter Pot or show stuff, I'm gonna try to show stuff that we've shown in the trailers before, in order to like not spoil everything. But as you can see, we got a fake wall here, and you drop the C-Bomb over at the wall and it blows it up. The C-Bomb isn't complete. It has a particle effect, but there's going to be more sounds and a more complicated particle effect actually to blow it up. And you go back here and you get the key. So far, the placeholder, the key is invisible. There is no actual key model, but that will just be put in just a little bit. And then from there, you get to open up the gate to access the second half of this level. I'm not going to play any farther. I'll just show you. There's a little courtyard up here. There's some more vine enemies back there. There's some platforms and trees back there. And then you start your ascent, and there's a giant climb back there. I mean, you can see, even from the start of this level, you could see, let me get the camera turned around here. You can see these spike balls coming down. And yeah, I've shown actually some of that in the trailer as well, so that's going to be pretty cool. It starts new obstacle challenges for Pitter Pot and new types of enemies, and actually one of the challenge levels in this world has a ton of those spike launchers, so that's going to be really interesting to see what people think about that. I think I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this video up. I hope you enjoyed this little look in Pitter Pot. You could see how he moves around some of the levels. You could see some of the C-Bombs, collecting seeds, using telescopes. Getting hit. I'll actually show you. I got another telescope over here in this level. Show you where the seed is up there. The seeds for World 2 are sunflower seeds, so I think they look pretty cool. And there's also another secret level path back in this level as well. This level has a few puzzles, and it's it's pretty big, but it's one of the medium-sized levels, I guess. There's some levels that are small, some levels are a lot bigger, some are more spread out, some are like kind of dense like this. There's a bit of a variety actually, but we hope you're looking forward to checking out more of these video updates where we just talk about the games in development and we talk about what we're working on. Next week I'm probably going to I'm going to do the episode while I talk about Maze Pedestal of Trials, and I'll show you a couple of the new mazes in that game maybe. Either that, or I'm going to go back and show the Gem Collector and Steam versions, the Steam version and the European version of the Gem Collector, because honestly I really like that game, and I don't think it got real fair chance launching so late towards the end of the Wii U's life cycle in North America. So we might actually do some updates and release some new levels to the Gem Collector. It's one of my favorite games that we've made. I think it's probably our best one before Pitter Pot and the new games we're going to be releasing. So we might play that in a few weeks as well. Just bear with me. The video quality will probably improve. Hopefully, I'll take you guys' feedback. Leave us a like, a dislike if you like the video, dislike the video, I guess. Let me know in the comments what you think of this new TreeFall Studios information streamcast video series. We're going to be workshopping the name. Thanks for checking in with us this evening. Have a great day.